Hi, guys. Good evening, and welcome back once again to the EdWord. I'm your host, Eddie. And before I begin my episode review, I just wanted to clarify things for you guys. I've had a very busy weekend starting as early as Thursday. I had family in town, and I spent pretty much Thursday all the way up till this morning with them till when they finally left. So I have not had a chance to catch up on a number of things for my channel, such as my episode reviews for the Star Trek Picard Season 2 finale and the series premiere of Strange New Worlds. And I think I have a few trailers to react to as well. So please bear with me, and thank you for being so patient with me as I'm going to try to knock all of these out one after another. So that's where I've been. So sorry about that. It was a fun weekend overall, and I'm glad my family was here with me. But I just fell behind on my work for my channel, but I'm catching up. Okay, so back to it. Welcome to my review and reaction to the Season 2 finale of Star Trek Picard. This episode was great. Unfortunately, I felt like everything between the season premiere and the season finale could have used some serious working. But you know what? While I was watching the Season 2 finale, this episode, obviously, spoilers, by the way, in case you are like me and you hadn't seen it yet. While watching this, it made me realize that everything that did happen this season made it worth watching. Like, this was a pretty satisfying payoff and an overall wonderful conclusion to this particular storyline for this season. I wasn't surprised that Soong, I'm glad that he was stopped, but he wasn't killed because he goes on to create data and lore. But I didn't know he had a hand in getting Kong in the works, which of course was one of Kirk's greatest enemies and one of the most popular episodes of the original series and one of the best movies too, Wrath of Khan. So I liked that fun little twist there that he had a hand in that. I wasn't at all surprised that Q, of course, used what was left of his strength and his powers to snap these guys back home to their proper century so they wouldn't be stuck in the past, because I'm like, oh, they're really not going to be stuck in the past, are they? Although I was a little sad to see him go, but I was happy to see Rios get a proper happy ending with a brand new family and a new meaning in life. So I was pretty happy for him. And I love that Guinan got to recap for both Picard and the audience about what happened to him and his newfound family. So I liked that. That left me feeling good. What also left me feeling good was that it turns out Q really has cared about Jean-Luc. Had a hell of a way of showing it all those years ago during Next Generation, all those hijinks. And it seemed awfully elaborate to force these guys to go back in time, fix the past and save the future, just so Jean-Luc could learn to finally forgive himself and let go of old wounds, which was he had been hanging over. He had not forgiven himself and not let go the trauma of his mother's suicide, which he always blamed himself for. And I figured when Q said it was about forgiveness, it was about Jean-Luc forgiving himself. Well, I didn't think that when the Season 2 premiere first dropped, but when they were talking about forgiveness towards the end of this episode, I'm like, forgiving yourself. And it's a good lesson for all of us, or any of us. You know, we are awfully hard on ourselves. We're hard on each other as well, but we're also hard on ourselves. And I think we all have a lot, myself included, to forgive ourselves for. So this episode had a great message that could really apply to anyone. And I also love that despite Q officially dying off, he and Picard parted on more than friendly terms. Like, he hugged him goodbye before he died, because Picard too realized that Q really was a teacher. And despite his super unorthodox, unconventional, annoying methods perhaps, he did care for him. And I think Picard realized he cared for him in turn. So sweet to see him hug his friend farewell before they were sent back in time. Also, I was delighted, not surprised, but delighted all the same that Eleanor was alive and well, as I suspected he would be earlier in the season when they killed him off. I'm like, Q can fix that like that. And sure enough, he did. So I not surprising, but I was still happy to see it happen. I also love the fun reveal. I'm like, oh my God, it's her. When Picard realizes the Borg attacking their ship is actually Agnes slash the Borg Queen, and now they've been at it for 400 years, and they weren't doing it to attack. They were doing it to get the information they needed in order to save a good chunk of the galaxy, if not the quadrant, from a galactic event that could have killed billions. And thanks to the combined efforts of the Borg ship and Picard's fleet, they were able to deflect that energy and save billions of lives and planets. So that was cool. And they seem to have set the stage for something pretty cool for season 3, because Jurati slash Borg Queen seemed to tease that there was a new threat out there, something that created this new, what do they call it, transwarp, what did Seven call it? Something that somebody created, and the character of Jurati and the Borg Queen seem to think that a new threat is on the horizon. So now they're going to stand guard there on behalf of the Federation, whom they now seem to be working with. So that's pretty cool. Although I think it's worth noting that the Borg are still very much active and a very real threat. That is not what Jurati and the former Borg Queen are anymore. They're something else entirely. They're like a human Borg hybrid. And I don't know if she was alone on that ship, or like it was just the two of them, but or if there were other similar beings like that. But it's cool that they're working with the Federation now. Everybody got a pretty happy ending in this episode, and I love that Picard finally allowed himself to love and to be loved by someone who clearly very much wanted to be with him and loved him as well. And so this season and episode ended on a really great, conclusive note. Everything came full circle, and with context, everything made so much sense. With everything that happened, the beginning, middle, and of course the end here, I'm like, that's what it was all about. And so this season wasn't my favorite, but damn it if this episode did not make it all worthwhile. And I really think it did, because this was quite satisfactory and a great payoff. Oh my God. And of course, one more thing, Wesley. I love seeing Wesley, and he's a watcher now, just like he was always destined to be. I don't know if that was the original plan with his character or not, but I was so happy to see Will Wheaton, and I loved with how calm he was. I'm like, oh, well, he clearly knows what's about to happen. He doesn't feel the need to intervene or anything. And he brought along the android girl for a new fulfilling life. So I liked that a lot. So I really enjoyed this episode and this overall season finale. I'm really hoping that season 3 is a huge improvement on the first 2 seasons. And I think it will be, because we pretty much have almost the whole cast of Next Generation returning, with the exception of Brent Spiner, simply because he had fulfilled his desire to play both Data and Dr. Soon. So yay. All right, everyone, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the season 2 finale of Picard as much as I did. What did you think of it? I'd love to hear your thoughts and feelings on it. Thank you so much for watching. I do apologize for the delay, but I hope you enjoyed this video. Have a good night. Thanks for watching. And of course, until next time, live long and prosper.